What's going on, guys? Welcome to another gameplay video. I apologize we missed yesterday. I was sick, but we did get our Devil Masters giveaway announcement out, and congratulations to Jeremy. Thank you again for everybody that entered. We had a really great turnout for that giveaway, and I really appreciate all the support we got lately. It was really, really awesome. But today, we're playing Mono Black Devotion, specifically post-ban Mono Black Devotion, because now we don't have Cauldron Familiar, which is actually fine. I think this deck does perfectly fine without it. We'll obviously be testing that theory today, but the idea is essentially just get a bunch of little stuff out, hit him with a Gray Merchant, and ideally just kind of win off of that. As far as the deck itself, Archfiend's Vessel is a really, really nice new card from Core Set 2021, a 1/1 for 1 with lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you exile it, and then you create a 5/5 black demon token with flying in its place. And thankfully, we've got ways to do that. So most importantly, though, Call of the Death Dweller. This card is amazing. You get so much value off of it with this deck. So 3 mana, sorcery, return up to 2 target creature cards with total converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a Death Touch counter on either of them, and then put a Menace counter on either of them. So really, really good value card, especially in this deck where we've got not only just the Archfiend's Vessel, but lots of other things to kind of pull back. Foulmire Knight here, great way to draw a card, but it's also just a 1/1 Death Toucher, and counts for 1 devotion on itself, or excuse me, 2 technically, which is amazing. Really, really good. Serrated Scorpion, 1/2 for 1. When it dies, it deals 2 damage to an opponent, and you gain 2 life, so a little bit of incremental damage there. Mire Triton, a 2/1 for 2. It has Death Touch, which is great, and it mills 2 cards, and you gain 2 life when it comes into play. So again, fueling that Call of the Death Dweller. Tymaret, Chosen from Death, does a really, really good job here of filling up the, or excuse me, exiling cards from the graveyard. You can gain some life that way if you need to. Super, super handy, especially in this play environment. You just got a lot of targets. Underworld Dreams is a really, really big devotion engine. It's an enchantment, 3 black mana. Whenever an opponent draws a card, this deals 1 damage to that player. What's great is, obviously that's incremental damage, but as you're probably noticing, we've got a lot of little incremental damage dealers. And that's the idea. You kind of slowly grind them down and then try and finish them off with that Gray Merchant. Grimdancer here, a 3/3 for 3. It enters the battlefield with your choice of 2 different counters, so you can either give it Menace, Death Touch, and or Lifelink. You get to choose 2 of those, which is really, really strong. Call of the Death Dweller, we've already talked about. Drag to the Underworld, really, really good removal spell for this deck. So destroy target creature, very simple, instant speed, 4 mana, but cost X less to cast, where X is your devotion to black. Well, naturally, we've got quite a lot of devotion to black by this point, and so this is essentially a 2 mana kill spell. And then, of course, Gray Merchant comes in later in the game, dealing X life to the opponent based on your devotion, and then you also gain that life. So very, very strong. We've got 23 lands, 20 swamps, and then 3 witches' cottages, which allow us to pull creatures back from our graveyard and put them on top of our deck. So that's the deck. It's pretty straightforward. I have not yet played with it. I've seen a lot of it just around the ladder and that kind of thing. And so I thought we would try this out, see how it does without the Cauldron Familiar, because obviously that's a really big incremental damage engine. So I just thought, you know, this would be a good time to kind of test it out and see how it's holding up. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, start to your week. It's another busy one for me. I think a lot of these coming weeks are going to be fairly busy. If we end up missing some days in terms of just getting videos out, I do apologize, but unfortunately that's just, you know, what it's going to have to be. Let's go ahead and get a Foulmire Knight out. We have a nice little 1-2-3 here now that we drew this Tymaret, which is great. That's awesome. Absolutely love that. Okay, looks like we're against Izzet, which is totally fine. Let's go ahead and attack in first. Make sure we get our damage in, and then we'll just play a Tymaret here. This is potentially a very crucial card for us, just because if they happen to be like Arclight Phoenix, for instance, this gives us a way to kind of get rid of those at instant speed, which is really, really good. That may not work. They may just have burn. They could burn it out. It may not even be an Arclight Phoenix deck, but it does give us that option, which is great. Underworld Dreams is also going to be quite crucial, I think, against them. Just because if they are, you know, kind of a draw-based deck, then we're going to be able to really shut that down. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to attack him. Let's be aggressive. Let's take the opportunity to get this down, solely because this is going to, again, just keep dealing damage to them. And if now, you know, if they use their Spectral Sailor, it costs 1 life more. Any ops or anything like that are going to cost life for them. That's pretty big, I think, against this deck. So I like the chances there. This also just gets Tymaret out of like burn range, which is pretty good. We are going to take a hit here, but we're definitely winning that race currently. And we've got these Grimdancers to kind of throw down and hopefully gain some life back if we'd like, or just activate Tymaret. All these are great options. So we will see. Opponent taking a bit of time to think, and that's fine. Okay, Bone Crusher Giant, sure. Okay. That's pretty good, because that just gives them a way to kill this Tymaret here. If they are attacking. Worth noting. Cool. Okay. So, let's attack in. Let's play this. And let's play this. And we're going to give this Lifelink and Death Touch, I think. We definitely want Death Touch on it. Lifelink just means that if it does get the opportunity to block, we'll probably be able to gain some life back. And now they need 2 burn spells to be able to deal with these, so that they can continue attacking him with this Robber. So now they do have access to drag. I'm going to double block here. Chances are they just kill one of these, and that's like fine, but they both have Death Touch, so rather go ahead and do this now. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things, but it still dies. Okay. That was pretty good. I mean, we keep attacking in. Let's see. Let's do this. We're gonna give it Lifelink and Menace this time. We're gonna drop this down. So they can equip this up, but they need 2 creatures to be able to block the Grimdancer now, and it has Lifelink, so we're gonna start mitigating at least some of the damage that this Spectral Sailor will do. Granted, they can just kill it somehow, I'm sure, but they're gonna have to spend their spell to do it. Pretty good, pretty good. This game is going longer than I actually expected it to go. Not a complaint, just an observation. Sure. Okay. Call, huh? That's pretty good. Well, let's do this first. Let's see what they do. Again, we're just trying to get that incremental damage in, so I'm okay with doing this. Let's spread the damage out here. Doesn't matter which one has Death Touch, obviously. Let's go ahead and pull these out. And you can see we're just kind of grinding out whatever the opponent's doing here. Now, this being equipped up with an Embercleave is going to be rough, no doubt. That is going to deal some damage to us, but we at least have, you know, a strong swing back that we can deal with. Yep. And again, they can't just outright draw too many cards because we just have this. So I'm assuming they've got another Embercleave. So I'm going to block here knowing that most likely it's going to die. Oh. Did they think they could equip at flash speed, maybe? That might have been what it was. Hey, we got to platinum. Go us. All right, let's jump into game 2. You can really see how grindy this deck gets in that matchup. You could see that we were just slowly gaining that incremental damage. That Underworld really dealing some damage over the course of a few turns there, and then we're of course in better shape. So I like that. I like it. It's a grind, but it works. All right. Ooh, this is not... if we had one more land, I would be so in for keeping this. The question is it worth it to try it just with these? Because we do have a nice 2 into 3 worth noting, and a drag is going to get easier to cast as we go on. I don't love it, but let's try it. Why not? We're a 23 land deck, and we kept a 1-lander. That was worth it. Oh, yes, thank you. Chances are they have a shock here, but we do need to get this out. If anything, it just goes to the graveyard, and that's fine. We kind of want it there. If we can get one more land, we would be amazing. Just because that's going to set us up well for pretty much anything else that we need. Oh, okay, just opt. That's fine. These Is-It decks, man. Going ham. Underworld Dreams is really going to do some work against a deck like this, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Great card. Ooh, that is very good for us. Well, let's attack first. Let's play Tymaret. We could actually, if they kill both of these, we can actually get them back. So like, it's kind of fine. We just need to, I really want to get this Underworld Dreams down to really devalue everything that they've got going on. And then we're kind of in great shape. We don't have a way really efficiently to deal with flyers other than drag to the underworlds. So, we are in a position where this is a bit of a must answer. But hopefully we can get there. That's like fine. That's not great. That's pretty good. Sure. Okay. Let's play the Underworld Dreams now. This is going to give us a very efficient drag plus Archfiend's Vessel maybe next turn. And I think that's about the best we can do. It also just keeps them off of some draw. So I think that that's a little bit more efficient and clean than some of the other stuff we could do. Okay. Ooh, nice. That's pretty good. Wow. Some boots sprint. Very nice. All right. Yeah, so we play Archfiend's Vessel. And we pass, right? Deal a damage here. We get to kill something, which is great. Even if they kill the vessel, we've got a kill. So let's go ahead and ditch this. We kind of want them to kill this because then we can call it, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're smart enough not to fall for that. They did bounce it with the Brazen Borrower, so you got to assume that they know what they're doing at least a little bit here. That's very good. So if we find another drag, we're doing okay, but it doesn't look like we're going to. So we can call for Death Dweller. That doesn't seem great. Let's do this. Let's see. Definitely Lifelink. I think Death Touch as well will be fine. And then we'll play another one of these. If we can last this turn, there might be a chance, but really the likelihood of us winning at this point is quite low. If they've just got, you know, a sprint, for instance, they can just attack in and win. There's nothing we can do about it. Actually, let's attack in. Should have done this first, I suppose. That was a bit of a mistake. But that's okay. Either way, this is going to gain us a life, so at least a sprint won't just straight kill us. or like a shock. So it does get us out of range of just straight dying. But chances are we're not going to be in great shape here. Okay. So if we can last this turn, then we can call back this, and then we've got a 5/5 demon, which is pretty good. And my bad. I think what would have been smart is to attack with that, see what they did, and then if they blocked, we would Archfiend's Vessel and Tymaret back call. With call, excuse me. So I think they win here, right? They just win because they get to do this. Actually, no, they don't. We get to gain 3. Yeah, I was going to say we would get to gain 3 if they did that. Thanks to Grimdancer here. So I think we might live, he says, theoretically. Sure. Let's see what he does. Thankfully, we gave this lifelink. Sure. Okay, so he's gonna end up killing this, which is fine. We have Death Touch here, so like I don't tremendously care about that. I am gonna double block though. We want this to die, so like that's totally fine. We also gain more life this way. Back up to 5. And now we can call both of our, or excuse me. So we can call Archfiend's Vessel and Tymaret, start gaining some life back here. Okay. Well, let's do this. Okay. This and this. Death Touch here, I suppose, and Menace here. Then this goes away and we get that 5/5. All right, well, we're hanging in there, but it's very slight. I don't think we're in great shape by any means. You know, if they just draw like some pump spell or something like that, this goes away pretty quickly. That's great. Yeah, this isn't amazing by any means, but we're definitely giving ourselves the best possible chance, which that's good. It's just flyers that this deck has trouble dealing with, which, you know, makes sense. 1 to the bottom, that's good. Did they just draw a land? Hopefully they bricked. If they bricked, then that means they don't have much of an attack. That is basically a brick. They can't attack here because we just get to eat it, so that's good. All right, well, let's do this. We're gonna keep attacking with it. All right, didn't think they would block, but it's worth a try. So the question is, do we just keep eating stuff? Probably. So we need to eat these 2 shocks. I think that's definitely likely. What else is in there? Some ops. I kind of don't care about the ops. They can have that. I wish we could do a little bit more this turn. Maybe it's better just to do this. Just gain as much life as possible. All right. We just need to keep ourselves out of burn range, I think. I think that's the best way to do it. Oh, that was good. Yeah, well, that changes things. Problem. Yeah. So they get to opt here if they want, which, worth noting, deals them a damage, but if we just get like a Gray Merchant, 5, 6, 7, 8, so we do get to block here. As long as they didn't draw something that they could play, then we're okay. This Stormwing Entity is very, very good. I have played this deck, by the way, or at least a variation of it. It is a sweet deck. It is very, very good. Stormwing Entity is amazing. No doubt. Ooh, another one. Sure. So even, actually no, Gray Merchant doesn't do it, excuse me, because we don't have enough lands. All right, well. I think we just lose then. Am I mistaken? We can do this, but that doesn't draw a card. We can do this, gain some life. That doesn't do it. I think we just lose. Play this with Death Touch. And we just did. All right, well, that was a very good game, though. We were hanging in there more than I necessarily thought we would. So, well done, opponent, though. That was very, very well played. Let's jump into our third and final game of this video. And then, of course, we will do a second video at some point today. I don't know if I'll be able to get it up right away, but I'll certainly do the best I can to get it up for you guys. But there may be more of a gap this time between games, or excuse me, between videos, just because we've got lots to do today, lots to do. But I really like this deck. It's a grindy one. I mean, no doubt about it, but we knew that, right? Like that was the whole point going into it, so that's okay. Really wish we had like a Tymaret here or something, but we'll see what we can do. Man, these Izzet decks are everywhere. Oh, okay, Grixis. Cool. Very good, clean answer to that. That was great. We'll be mana efficient and go for Tymaret. Chances are this won't stick either, and that's fine. But we do need to just keep sticking threats as best we can. Make them answer it. Probably take Call or Grimdancer, I guess. Okay, Call. Sure. And they ditched a Disfigure. That seems a little interesting in this matchup. So I'm guessing they've got quite a bit of removal. They're going to Disfigure now? Yeah. All right, so let's do this. I'm assuming that they have an answer for this, by the way. But we will see. Also, I gave it Menace and Lifelink here because chances are they don't have very many creatures, and so I'd rather just get as much damage in with it as possible. This is a Grixis control list, pretty obviously here, so do that. We'll play out the Scorpion. I don't think there's a reason not to. Again, they're going to be a control list. They're probably going to have some either sweeper or something, but it is what it is. A Scorpion's not going to save us too much anyway, I don't think. Extinction Event would be really annoying. That card is very, very good. That card was really introduced to me by Turn 1 Sol Ring, who built a deck with it, and it was amazing. So thank you for that. Oh, okay. What you gonna get? Fae of Wishes. Sure. What do we want? An Underworld Dreams wouldn't be bad. That's actually fine. We don't have anything. We don't have a call, so like I don't particularly care. They took that, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. Kind of wish we'd draw anything other than a land at this point, but that's okay. We pass. We do have the drag, so yeah. Hit him for 2. Oh look, another Scorpion. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what we need here. Like a Gray Merchant doesn't do anything, obviously, but sure. Can they just return it? I'm gonna try and kill it. They could discard it and bring it back if they want. That's fine. The fact is we have a Scorpion, so it's not really like we're not doing a ton. Foulmire Knight. Yeah, let's do this. I do like the Foulmire Knights in the deck. In a position like this, they're really, really good because they just allow you to get a little bit of extra value. That's not helpful, but it is what it is. We play it out. Really wish we could draw something a little more substantial, but that's okay. Sure. Alright. We keep drawing these scorpions though. I mean, they are aggressive, so that's good. Cry of the Carnarian, by the way, a very clean answer for that, but that's fine. They're not doing a ton, which is interesting. I kind of thought they'd have something big at this point. They've got 5 mana. They could have a Nicol Bolas. They could have anything, really. All right. Just kind of have to hope we get there, I guess. Oh. Another cry. All right. Well, that does eventually kill them, so let's do that. Only 8 more turns, and they're dead. Theoretically. Mire Triton. Do like Mire Triton. Gain a couple life. Ditch a couple cards, which isn't really all that helpful at the moment, but it is what it is. And that's it. Now we wait. I'm sure they can kill this, yeah. Alright, down to 7 life. 1 point at a time. That's fine. That does shut down Foulmire Knight as like a draw spell, but it's not really the worst thing in the world. Let's see. Man, if we only had one more. I'm actually gonna pass. There's no point in playing the Grey Merchant straight into a counter spell when we know that they're gonna counter it. If we get a land, we can pay for it, but we don't have that yet. Thankfully, that doesn't hit enchantments. And they give up. All right, cool. We got there. Sweet. Well, 2 and 1's not bad for a deck like this. I'm pretty happy with that. Like we said, it's grindy. It's super, super grindy, but it does work. And obviously, it's not bad. I mean, even without the Cauldron Familiar, you still get a lot of like little incremental hits, and I think that's the whole point of this, which is just, you know, you get as much of those little guys out as possible and make it difficult for the opponent to do much. Eventually you close out the game. So I love it. We'll of course jump into a second video, so stay tuned for that, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you very soon for part 2. Thanks for watching, guys.